want to first go to an experience. A man came to the Prophet ﷺ, asking him about Islam. And the Prophet said, "Khamsu salawatin fi yawmin wa layla." 5 prayers a day. You know what the man said? Hal alayya ghayruhunna? Is there anything more than that? These 5 prayers a day, anything more than that? And the Prophet said, La, illa an tatawwa'a, except what you do extra. Then the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, Siyamu shahri Ramadan, fasting in the month of Ramadan. The man said, Hal alayya ghayru? Is there anything more than that? The Prophet said, La, illa an tatawwa'a, except what you do extra. Then the Prophet explained to him this principle called zakat. He said, Hal alayya ghayruha? Is there anything more? And the Prophet said, La, illa an tatawwa'a, unless you do that which is extra. And the man said, Wallahi la azidu ala hadha wa la anqusu minhu. I swear by Allah, I will not increase, nor will I decrease from it anything. And the Prophet said, Aflaha in sadaqah. He will be successful if he is truthful. Some water, inshallah. Brothers and sisters, when I was going to school, I remember in high school, we always had those students who was always better than anyone else. You always have those students, you know, when they look at the grade, the test, you hear students saying he's performing, he's looking at his grade, and he said, oh, God, man, he's disappointed. And when you look at the grade, it's like 97. And he's disappointed because he wanted better than that. He had the spirit that he wants something better than that. He wasn't satisfied with 97. And then there's some who get their grade and say, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. What? I got 65, I passed. And so you have the people on both extremes. You have those who just happy to get by. And then you have those who are A student, who don't want to get to be the best. My question to you today in this camp, do you want to be an A student, or do you merely want to get by? And what can we do in this camp to make every one of us an A student? I looked around, I studied, and I found something, inshallah, I believe, that's going to help us to be an A student, to be the best that we can be. I mentioned to you yesterday that there is a natural tendency among people to compete. They want to get the best job. They want to get the best position on the job. They want to get the highest pay. They want to get the best woman to marry. They want to get the best man to marry. People always trying to get this tendency within people to do the best. But what about Islam? And what is it that will make us rise from one level to a higher level? What is it? You know, I remember Larry Bird? Larry Bird was a great shooter, Hall of Fame basketball player for the Boston Celtics. And you look at him, people watch them, people watch Magic Johnson and Michael Jordan and others, and you enjoyed looking at them, the expertise. But if you would follow them around, follow Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, or any of the great ones, and you will see, when everyone else is sleeping, they're in that gym. They call them gym rats, shooting. They used to say Larry Bird would shoot hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of foul shots. I think you should talk to Shaquille O'Neal. Trying to help them out a little bit. But they were, all of them, what were they doing? Working on their game. If you see some of the great players, go back to their college years and you will find out that most of them had a relationship with the janitor, and late at night they would get the key and they would go to the gym and they would practice and they would practice and they would practice. All of them, without exception, they paid the price. Every once in a while, you see someone in college, natural gift, 7 feet tall, 300 pounds, great physique, great jumping ability, great speed, but they never become great. And they never become great because they don't go the extra mile. They don't do anything extra. All they do, Allah give them a talent, and that's it. I agree with Professor Jackson. There's some great minds in this room. Some of you, I've spoken to you, brothers and sisters. I mean, I marvel at your sagacity and your wisdom and your knowledge. You are smart, really, very smart. But the question is, will you be ordinary smart, stay on one level, or will you achieve the greatness that you can achieve as a human being, but something more than that? And the question is, what is it? Truthfully, brothers and sisters, if I looked at you and watched you make salat, I can't tell you anything about what's going on in the inside. Because really, to be a Muslim is fairly simple, really, to make prayer 5 times a day. And I'm embarrassed, truthfully. I'm embarrassed at our worship before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala based on what Allah has given to us. I'm like embarrassed to say that, you know, we only make prayer 5 times a day and we only fast in the month of Ramadan and we only go to Hajj once in our life. I'm embarrassed about how light that is. And personally, I want to go on a higher level.